Okay, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm out at Little Seneca Lake and I'm gonna be doing some bass fishing. I've got the yak. It's early morning, a little bit overcast, so it's a perfect day for sun top water. I'm gonna be trying that first, and then I'm probably gonna go back to a drop shot or a jig and see if I can get some like that. But I'm just gonna launch here and see if I can catch some bass today. Let's get started. Alright guys, let's get started. This is my first kayak trip this year. Hopefully I can land some bass today. It's a little bit chilly and I didn't bring my rain jacket. It's supposed to rain later in the day, so I'm not too worried. If it does start raining, I can just come back and get it. It's in my vehicle, but I don't think we'll need it. It's a little bit chilly, if I'm honest. The water is not entirely that warm either, but I think I should be fine. I'm definitely gonna start with the top water just because it is early morning. Well, I say early morning, it's already almost 9, so not exactly that early, but I can work with this. Starting off with the hula popper today. It's been a while since I've used this bait. They're suspending, they're off of the bottom, so I don't think the jig is gonna be the best one. I think the best one is gonna be the drop shot. There's so many fish here. This is crazy. I am seeing so many fish around. Oh, he was following it. Oh, that's the first one. He was running with it. It's not that big. Oh, he has a friend, and it is way bigger. I got the male. Nope, it's not done yet. It's decent. It's a decent fish. Absolutely ate that completely. There it is guys, first fish of the day. I'm gonna say about a pounder. There was another one with him that was like twice its size. Probably the female. I caught the small male, but pretty good fish to start the day. Thank you so much, little one. There he goes. See ya. Thank you for playing. Well, at least I'm not going home blank. Caught the one fish. Let's see if we can upgrade. I'm gonna take 5 here. Make a few casts with the net rig. Oh, that's the second fish of the day. Doesn't feel that big. It's not that big, but it's a fish. Come over here, buddy. Jeez. Putting up a good fight. There he is. Alright, second fish of the day on the Ned rig. 3-inch Senko worm. Nice. It's probably 12 inches. Thank you. Fish number 2 on the finesse. You know, this is what usually works for me in this lake. Just finesse tactics. Slow fishing. So it's a couple days later. I am back at the lake to see if I can catch a few more bass. It's supposed to rain all day today, but I mean, I got absolutely drenched in the last 2 hours of my last session. Well guys, it's been raining for about 2 hours. I'm absolutely soaked and I didn't catch any more fish. So why not come back and get absolutely drenched again? I have a waterproof-ish jacket on. I'm probably still gonna get absolutely dumped on today. Anyway, I'm just gonna launch the kayak, get to the lake and see if I can catch some more. I'm probably gonna be focusing on finesse tactics today because that's all that was working last time and we have very similar conditions, so hopefully I can catch some more. Like I said, I'm gonna focus on finesse today, so I'm gonna start with the drop shot. I have the Rovo worm tied up. I have a couple more of those, so once I run out of those, I'll change the plastic. But yeah, I re-spooled the reel, 6-pound fluorocarbon. I re-spooled it last night, so it's got fresh line, so that should help me for sure. That's the first one in the wood. It's trying to get me snagged around the wood. He's not gonna be able to. Let's go in the net. Fish number 1. That was quickly. There it is, guys. First fish of the day. Probably about a pounder, but it's a good start. First one from the wood. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh my gosh, that is a big bass. There's a giant in there. Oh, number 2. Oh, acrobatic little guy. Seems like they're really relating to wood today. I got the small one. There was a big one down there, but I got the small one. There it is. Fish number 2, baby. Woo! Really relating to wood today. I swear there's been fish in every piece of wood that I've passed so far. Well, there it is, guys. Fish number 2, about the same size. Maybe a little bit less than a pound. This is probably like 8 ounces or something like that. Pretty good fish though. See ya, little guy. Okay guys, so I just made the mistake of taking off my hat without realizing that my glasses were on top of it. So whenever I took my hat off, the glasses just fell down into the bottom of the lake. So make sure you guys go hit the like button down below and subscribe so that your boy can afford some new polarized glasses, because I cannot see the bottom of the lake without my glasses. Thank you so much in advance. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Let's go catch a monster bass. I'm gonna make a long run to the north side of the lake, but since I'm gonna do that, while I do that, I've switched out to a relatively deep diving crankbait, and I'm just gonna cast this along the shoreline, and hopefully I can catch one on this while I make it to the north side of the reservoir. And when I get there, I'm probably gonna switch back to the drop shot, but for now I'm gonna see if I can catch a bass on this. Ooh. I thought I had a fish, and I did. This bluegill decided to eat my crankbait. What the heck? All right, buddy, you better not move, because I'm trying to get you. All right. Pretty aggressive bluegill on this lake. It just tried to eat a crankbait that is like a third of its size. Get out of here. Ooh. There's another one. I barely felt that bite. About the same size, but I'll take it. Haven't yet improved on the size of the fish, but pretty happy to be catching them. See you, girl. There's another one. Oh, this feels a little bit bigger. Come on, come on, come on. Get over here. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, this is definitely bigger. It's just pulling my kayak. Do you see these guys? Oh my goodness, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Do not get me in those branches. Do not. Do not. Oh my God, that's a big one. That's a big one. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Yes! Oh, that's definitely an upgrade, guys. That is definitely an upgrade. Look at that. That's definitely the best fish of the day, guys. It was bleeding a little bit, but he recovered already. Awesome fish. Probably about, I'll say 2.5. Pretty decent fish though. All right, I've had this fish in the net a little bit just so he can recover. Thank you so much, Big Mama. I'll catch you later. You good? She good. I'll see you later. So I've had a pretty good day so far. Absolutely all of my bites have come from the drop shot. Working it very slow. That last fish was the best one so far. Hopefully I can improve on it. I still got some time. I got maybe like an hour and a half left of battery life, if I'm lucky. So, you know, I'm gonna keep fishing until the battery runs out, and then I'm gonna head out of here. All right guys, whenever you're in a kayak and you see like standing timber like this, just go very slowly, because if you go very fast and you hit the hull, beneath the hull of your kayak on one of those like logs that are almost subsurface, you're gonna flip your kayak. So whenever you see stuff like this, just take it slow, take it safe. You don't want to flip your kayak and lose all of your gear. So definitely one tip that I can give you: you do not want to flip your kayak on things like that you can barely see it just below the surface. That applies to like jump boats and any watercraft. Oh, you see, I just hit one and now I'm stuck and I am turning. Now I got to get myself off of this, and it's not easy. Come on, get out of it. You see how much trouble I'm having to get out of one? And I was going very slow. If you're going very fast and you hit one of those, you're gonna flip. So be very careful with these things. Cannot get out of it. Okay. Whew. Okay, I just got out of it. That was very difficult, guys. Be very, very careful with these things. It's one, very difficult to get out of them whenever you're stuck on them. And if you're going too fast and you hit one of those, you better be ready, because you're gonna flip your kayak. These things, you can barely see them, and it's a pain to get out of them, like you just saw. It's a couple days later. It got a little bit too dark for me to do an outro, but I thought I'd just take a quick minute just to go over the gears and tactics that I used to catch those fish, just for you new anglers out there that may need help. The rod that I was using is a 5/6 ugly stick light action rod, and I absolutely love this rod. I've caught a lot of fish on it. When it comes to finesse tactics, you really want that light action rod, because you want that fast tip to be able to feel the bites. When it comes to rod length, it's all about preference. I prefer shorter rods to fish from my kayak, just because it's a little bit easier to deal with sitting down, just because I cannot stand up from my kayak. If you're on the bank, you can get away with a slightly longer rod, but the key is, at least for finesse tactics, to have that soft tip. That light action tip is really gonna help you feel those bites. For the reel, I've got a Lewis American Hero 200. This is a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, so it's a slightly slower ratio, but for finesse tactics, you don't really need to be picking up line that fast, like say a 7.1 to 1 gear ratio. You can get away with slightly lower gear ratios for finesse tactics. The one thing that I would recommend is that you use light line. On this reel particularly, I have 6-pound line test. Now you can get away with a little bit heavier line, like 10-pound test, but I haven't really used 10-pound test that much. I feel like 6-pound test works really well for bass and other species like trout. Most of my fish that day were caught on the drop shot, and all that is just a small hook with about 6 to 8 inches of line, and on the bottom you have a teardrop tungsten weight. You can use pretty much any drop shot plastic, but what I was using is a 6-inch straight tail rubber worm. It seems to be working quite well this spring. What I do recommend for a drop shot rig is to use a small hook. Now you can get away with a bigger hook, it's not a rule, but I prefer smaller hooks. I feel like they work a little bit better for hookup ratios. The idea of the drop shot is that the plastic goes up top of the weeds, so it doesn't quite get into the weeds. If you're feeling like you're picking up weeds with the plastic, make sure to extend the length of your leader. That'll make sure to keep you above the weeds and be a little bit more productive. And that is basically it. I do appreciate you guys sticking around. I wish you good luck with your fishing, and I'll be seeing you next week. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, I almost got a freaking bait to the face.